Of 1 to 10, how pissed off are you about this show tonight?
Oh God! What? Wait, this show or this CBS?
You better not be pissed at us.
Mess.
Okay,
what
did I do?
Good. I know that
we're live, so go ahead.
Yes. Nice try. But,
I tried.
I wasn't born yesterday, Allison.
Yes.
But hello, everybody. Welcome to my weekly meltdowns freaking coverage of Big Brother 23, the second double eviction, and I am fuming with a capital F, and I don't want to say an F word because I don't want Julie Chen to go off on a tangent about faith, but I am so pissed about how tonight went. I've been saying all season long that Azah is a flop. And I've been arguing with people on Twitter. I've been arguing with people in the chat and on the show that are like defending her for no goddamn reason. Let me tell you guys, Azah is the biggest flop of the season. And it proved right here, right now, tonight. She had the opportunity to put up Kyland and Xavier together and blow this whole game wide open. And what does she do? She puts up Hannah and Xavier, and she tells Hannah in the bathroom, listen, like, Xavier's my target. And people on Twitter were like, yeah, like, we totally believe you, Azah. I'm like, you've got to be joking. I told you guys in the chat, I was like, she's not being truthful to Hannah. She's going to target her and take her out. And lo and behold, that's what happened. And so I hope Azah is proud of herself. I hope that she is proud of the choices that she's made because she has signed herself up to be either fourth place or losing at the end. And honestly, it's what she deserves. I can't believe that she just like enabled this sausage fest for the rest of the season when she had a golden opportunity to do what Jessica and Big Brother 21 did and put up the two macho guys that are leading the house together.
I don't know if that's the best example considering
it's the most recent example, but like, but it's just so infuriating. And like, and I guarantee you that Xavier threw that HOH because he knew that Azah would do that. And then what do we see as we're closing out the show tonight? Azah's just standing there all quiet, and Xavier and Kyland, Xavier says, Kyland, let's go into the bathroom and talk. Does he invite Azah to that conversation? No. Like, it's so clear.
Well, that's what I tweeted about was like, honestly, the silver lining here is we get to see the egg hit the face and the realization that she's fucked and that there's no way for her to win the game and that she just screwed up royally and that she has no sense of what's happening in this house. And she just learned everything we've been new and that you've been saying. And we got to watch it, well, not live, pre-taped, but we watched it. And honestly, that's the only consolation I'll take out of tonight. I wanted a woman to win the season so badly. But I will say this now. Even if Azah makes it to the final two somehow, I don't want her to win. No. Even though she's on my draft. I would prefer literally any of the other three, in my opinion, could win this well over her. And I think that's fine.
And I also want to say that in her preseason bio, she listed Danielle Reyes and June Song as her like inspirations for this game. Do you think June and Danielle are really happy with Azah's gameplay right now? Absolutely not. And what gets me is, like, guys, I've been saying since the inception of the cookout that Azah has never really accepted Hannah as part of the cookout. So like, this is no surprise to me that this happened tonight, right? And good on Xavier and Kyland, I guess, for doing like better work on Azah than Tiffany and Hannah ultimately did. I will give them credit for that, but it's like the misogyny surrounding all of it is so gross. It's so apparent. And the fact that Azah just like
the moment
into that,
the moment that was the most misogynistic tonight. Are we ready? It's true. People don't know how much Big D has done. And so,
well, it's true. We don't.
I gotta vote for Hannah. And I'm like, that is two very unrelated things here.
Give me a fucking break, Kyland. Give me a fucking break. If anything, for you to say that Hannah has not done as much as Derek F., give me a break. Sorry, Beth, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say that, like, I just...
I'm so
Kyland
mad.
Every single week has proven to me, like, why he's single. Just, like, honestly, like... Honey, you really, like, all of these men in particular, really like I don't care if you are a man of color. I don't care if you're a queer man. I don't care at all. Men ain't fucking shit. They are not fucking shit. And yes, you can celebrate the cookout, but then to just turn around and turn out two of the women who were strong women, and you wanted to be in the competition with strong competitors, why aren't you looking at Azah and Big D as the first two? If you want a competition of strong competitors, the fact that you were going to first vote out Tiffany and then Hannah shows that you don't care about strong competitors if they have a vagina. Yeah. That's what it is. It's pure misogyny at the end of the day. So fuck off X, fuck off Kai. Neither one of you can claim that you want to win this game against a strong competitor because you chose to take two of them out rather than really make this a really interesting game. That's what it is at the end of the day.
Yeah. And I would get it, guys. Like, I would totally get it if, like, we heard from Kyland saying, like, listen, I know that they've done it, but, like, I need to, like, minimize my target level and put it on their back, whatever. But, like, they are, like, literally saying, like, that, like, the women have done nothing in this game. We've done everything. Derek F is just, like just standing there, like, not winning any competitions, not having any kind of, like, social, like, strategic abilities in this game, and saying that he did more than Tiffany, he did more than Hannah, when both of them proved that they were willing to clip their people, Derek X and Claire, who would have really helped them out come now. Like, they were willing to do that. They've won so many more competitions than you have, but, like, for some reason, for some justification, Derek F has apparently done more for the cookout than them. The misogyny is just so gross, and it's just so disappointing for Azah in particular to be the one to execute all this. It's so frustrating.
If I can be honest too, and I understand the frustration, I understand these kind of things, but, like, I want to take a step back here. In my opinion, Kyland and Xavier would not be shit winners. They both have played really well and they've both navigated a game, but they have been helped by an alliance that was started by a Black woman, not by them. And so if they don't take ownership of that, that's going to be a huge stain on their legacy if either one of them win. That's the point. Neither one of them are shit players. Neither one of them are shit human beings, but there is an implicit bias here that they need to be able to fix.
Allison, what are you doing?
No, my lips were dry. I was putting something on my lips.
I thought you were mailing a letter saying, "Dear CBS, why do you always want men to win all of your fucking shows?" The end.
Right.
No, everybody's so just angry tonight, and all I can keep thinking is, why did they send Hannah out with a fake bag? Like, why?
No, she already packed because she was on the block earlier tonight. That's actually her stuff.
Oh, okay. Well, then that makes a lot of sense. I was just kind of like, normally that, okay, never mind. Well, you know.
That would have been hysterical if they were just like, here you go.
We packed for you.
We've been new.
Yeah.
Yeah, listen. Kyland is the dumbest Big Brother player I've seen in a long time. I'm sorry. I don't give a shit what he's won, anything. He should not have saved Xavier tonight. He just gave X $750,000. There always comes that time of reflection when you go, you know what? There was that one moment in time where I could have changed everything and I didn't do it. And everybody wants to keep their word and be loyal. Look, being loyal and keeping your word meant something to keep the cookout together up until last week. That's no go now. You're going to have to eat each other alive now. And Azah just proved how gullible she is. She should have put up Kyland and Xavier. Kyland won. He would have won the veto, taken himself off. You could put up Derek F if you really wanted Xavier out, and Xavier would be gone, and everyone would have at least a semi-fair shot. You know, worst case scenario, fucking anything can happen now. Azah won a fucking HOH tonight, okay? Anything can happen now. Derek F could pull an HOH out of his booty hole this week.
Can we just say
seriously.
what the best case scenario going into this finale to shake up something would be Derek F winning HOH at Final Four, Azah winning veto, and one of Kyland or Xavier has to go. And then the final three literally has Derek flop, Azah, and then one of the two who should win. And the fact to me that like, I don't, Xavier could beat anybody. That's not a big deal. Kyland here, I agree with you, is the dumbass. He's going to sit there and allow Xavier to tell him to his face, I've got the sob story of the season. I've got the reason why nobody will ever not award me the money. On top of the fact that you and everybody else here thinks I'm the best player still left in the game. I can't wait to take you to final two. And Kylan went, oh, let me use that vino on you. Oh, like, come on.
Yeah, and Allison, I'm glad that you're kind of like shifting our anger over to Kyland, because like I'm like really fixated on Azah right now, but Kyland is like just as much, if not more, guilty of making like a like $750,000 mistake tonight, right? He could have taken charge of the rest of this end game if he pulled off Hannah off the block and then they voted out Xavier together. That would be a game-winning move. He could. It doesn't matter who out of Hannah, Azah, or Derek F. He takes to the end. He would win against any of them, and rightfully so at that point. Whoever takes out Xavier is going to win the season, but it's not going to happen. Like, we're now at Final Four, so like even if one of Kyland or Xavier goes, the other of those, like the two macho guys, are guaranteed in that Final Three. So it's I hate to say it, but it's too late at this point. And I called it in that tweet like a few weeks ago when like Derek X was still in the game. I said
the twits.
I said like I got the boot order wrong finally, but I said that Kyland and Xavier are going to realize that they need to take each other to the end.
No, Xavier won HOH.
Did he really?
That's what Cool Dream in the chat says. Well, Derek Flop didn't win HOH, but let's see if, honestly, I don't even care. I really don't care at this point because we know Xavier is going to win. Like, he's not getting out here unless somebody cuts him. But here's the best part. Tonight in the jury, they're saying that Kyland's the big fish. I don't know if that's changed now that everyone's gotten there from the double eviction. I don't know. That might change. But in the jury's opinion, at least half the jury thinks that Kyland is the puppet master. So that is kind of interesting. Maybe Kyland would get more votes than we're assuming against Xavier. That could be interesting.
You know what? Everybody's stupid in the house. I want a Derek F. Azah final fucking two. That's it. I can't wait to hear this argument between the two people who've done the least in the entire house. Let's up what we haven't done in the house.
Here's the best part.
What are they going to say? Derek F.
I never won a competition.
I never won a competition. I kept
Azah. I never was nominated.
I did
because I was a blip on the radar.
I mean, but it's like, seriously, what are they going to argue? Azah's like, well, I offered to loan my dresses to other house guests. And Derek's going to be like, bitch, I'd be fun to take to Las Vegas. I mean, what are they gonna, can I just say something? I felt Derek F during that argument because I've had people talk about going on trips in front of my face and not include me in it. So fuck everybody.
Are you talking about any shenanigans that Beth and I have in New York City?
Nobody ever invites Allison, even though she's 980,000 miles away.
You and I
you can still say, hey, do you want to go?
Allison, come to New York. How many times have we said, Allison, come to New York?
That's true.
I've got
that's not even
a very comfortable couch right there for you. It pulls out into a gel memory foam mattress. Bitch.
Bitch gonna make me sleep on the couch.
You're welcome to share a bed with me. I don't care. It's queen.
Listen, I sleep on the corner. I don't take up that mattress. It'd be like sleeping with a small animal.
To be honest, it's true. It's no bigger than sleeping with a cat on my bed.
The cat. Of course, I have a question.
When you, Finley, and Oliver, and Lily, and all of them are on the bed. When they create a cat pile, are they larger than you in the bed?
They hog the bed.
I'm looking down at Sora right now and thinking like, would Allison take up more or less space in bed than Sora right here? And I'm like, I don't know.
The real question is, do you sploot when you sleep? Just
do
like
I
Sora does? Sploot.
Listen, I lay like Superman, and I'm still not hanging off the bed. I lay like this. My legs are spread out, and I'm like this, and I'm not even touching the tips of the bed. And then there are nights my cats are in the bed hogging it. I'm freezing to death. I've got half a corner of a sheet under my chin with the rest of me hanging out because I don't want to be an asshole and move my animals.
Yeah.
And then I do that roll where I'm getting out of the bed, so I make sure not to disturb them and move, and I just kind of melt and slide out of the bed. And the minute I get up, they're all up moving around like you little bastards.
So here's my father refuses to let a cat touch him when he's sleeping. And they learn very early, all 4 of the cats we've ever had learned very early, we don't go near dad, because he literally will pick them up and just throw them across the room. And so literally be like, get out of here, and throw them. And they were like, what? And so literally they do it once, they never do it again. And then all they do is they climb up on my mom. And now my mom's the most overheated person anyway. But then she's sitting there with all the cats around her. So
who would be the cat that gets thrown off the bed in the Big Brother house right now? Would it be Azah? Would it be Derek F? Who is the cat?
Out of the final 4?
Out of the final 4, who are the cats
Azah.
and who are the dogs?
Azah.
Azah's a cat. Derek F is going to be a cat. Here's my favorite part. And Nelda said this in the chat earlier. We are reading the chats just as we go along, by the way.
Yes.
We haven't been really good about saying it, but I love that Nelda calls it, I've been everyone's back support. That was my favorite line tonight. I've been everyone's back support.
Who said that?
That was Derek F's speech to stay when it was.
I missed
I've been everyone's back support. I'm like, that is not the phrase you sadly to evict. Come on.
No, he's sadly evictioning, or I'm voting to eviction.
Tonight it was I sadly to evict. And I went, you know what? It was almost there. You forgot vote.
You know what? I'd be
normally put a
Derek,
vote.
just say a name. Don't tell us you're evicting nothing. Just look in the camera and go, Tiffany. That's all you need to do. We don't need to know, because that's why you're here, to say the name. So we don't need to know anything else. Why do you even have to say? I mark my words. If I ever make it on Big Brother, I will go into the diary room to cast my vote, and I will go, Tyler. And I will get up and I will walk out. I won't say hi to anybody.
And the best part about that is there will be no one named Tyler in the cast. Allison's just doing it to try to throw shade at Tyler.
Because that would be so daddy of me.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Okay. So I want to eulogize Tiffany a little bit, because I feel like she deserves that, right?
Right.
I'm glad that Julie Chen gave her the credit of the cookout tonight. She said you are the mastermind of the cookout. So I'm glad that she's going into jury knowing that, and is willing to say Derek F is not the mastermind of the cookout. Xavier was not either. I can't wait to talk about all the jury segment stuff. That was a really we got a lot tonight from that in terms of where the game's headed.
A lot more than we normally get.
Yeah.
Which is, did I not say when we said, oh no, there's a 2-hour episode, it's going to be a triple? Did I or did I not say, what if it's another double and they do a whole bunch of jury segments as one episode?
I still think they originally wanted it to be a triple. Tonight felt like a lot of fluff.
And you know what? Let's actually talk about that for a second.
Didn't have to be a 2-hour episode.
People online go, you know what? I wish it was just a triple anyway.
That's Big Brother fandom in a nutshell.
No, literally, no one can ever be happy with this fucking show, which is why this show is so grating to me.
And that's why they watch My Weekly Meltdown's coverage of Big Brother 23.
I'm so glad they didn't do a triple. But
somebody said, I wish they'd done a quadruple at this point.
I wish it would just end tonight. I wish it was just over.
I'm just done with the show. Can we just end it on Friday? Can we just give Xavier? What if they just said, you know what? We're not even going to do the rest of it. Fuck the Final Four veto. We're just going to cut Xavier a check. Kyland, here's $75,000. We're going to give
over next
Derek.
week? Like, why are we stretching this out? We got 2 more weeks to go. And we got
2 more
4
weeks.
fucking people left
I don't
in the
get
house.
it. I don't get it. And the best part about this too is that like literally, here's some money. Derek F, we're gonna teach you how to speak. Here's the speak and spell, and then here we go. Azah, we're gonna give you the book How to Make Friends and Influence People, because girl, you need to learn how to talk to people.
Was she lying to Hannah?
I don't think so.
Yes.
I think what Hannah said was accurate. No, I think she truly thought that Kyland would vote to keep Hannah. I don't think that she knew that. I honestly think this is just her being very, very, very dumb because she doesn't know anything and thinking that she does.
It did need to be 2 hours tonight. I got challenge feelings tonight. I was like, this did not need to be 2 damn hours. This,
For real.
the jury segment could have been a 2-hour Friday night show, and tonight could have just been the double. We didn't need all this mess. This was a lot of filler and a lot of stuff that we just look. Tiffany started the cookout. I don't think she should have left tonight. I'm not happy about that. Azah made a really dumb decision tonight, not putting up Kyland and Xavier. Kyland is a dumbass because he used the power of veto on Xavier. We're going to have an Xavier, Derek F, and Kyland final 3. The one thing that would shock me is if Derek F finally won something and cut. Who would he cut? Kyland or X? Who
Kyland.
You think he cut? Yeah. So he's going to win.
So too.
Kyle,
Well, and honestly, Allison, like that's what these 2 guys deserve, is for Derek F to take the win away from these fools. Like, and I'm not even kidding, because both Xavier and Kyland think that like, yeah, we need to take the best of the like. We got this like segment tonight about like I'm doing this for my family. Like I'm trying like everything I can to like win this money for my family. Yet they're saying to each other, and they're not even telling the DR anything else. They are literally saying like, I want to take the best person to the end, so we're gonna go together. I mean, if you're playing optimally for you to win, don't you want to take Azah or Derek F or even Hannah to the end against you? Not the other person. Like, so it's not even like they're playing smart or strategic at this point. They just have like the game on such a lock, and they don't even understand why. They've just fallen into this position that Tiffany has created for them. And it's frustrating because like we've pointed to so many points where Tiffany could have flipped the tables and put herself in a position to be where Kyland and Xavier are. And unfortunately, like it came down to Tiffany did not handle Azah and Derek F's relationships in the cookout well enough. Xavier and Kyland came in and swept that away from her. And I've said all season long, the farther these jokers literally go, the more power, the more influence they secretly have. They are like the mighty middle, and Xavier has them on lock. So that's the way the wind blew, and it's very disappointing.
That's the way the wind blows, Derek.
Would you say it's a gust of wind?
I'm still waiting for you to get your neon sign, Beth.
Well, okay. In the chat, let's get some feedback here. Behind me, eventually, this will be behind me. And I want to get a sign above me right here that's in like neon like letters and such. And I thought it would be cool to have one either that says Augusta Wind 11 or one that says welcome to the fan base.
I like welcome to the fan base.
I thought that'd be cool, right? Because that's
My
what
vote
I say
is
when
for,
people join my Twitch chat. I go, welcome to the fan base.
My vote is still for like stay breezy or something like that.
Stay breezy. I kind of like.
I don't know. It feels like welcoming.
Listen,
or
I know everyone's envious of the tiny fly swatter in the background here. That everybody wants to have something in the background because I'm still trying to figure out my deal here.
I just want to take this moment to highlight my new green walls behind me.
Yeah,
yes,
very beautiful.
It looks so good.
Thank you. I'm just so ready for Survivor to start that I'm like, paint these walls green. Let's pretend like I'm in a jungle instead of this godforsaken house.
Can we talk about the jury segment and then spend the rest of the time talking about other things? Because
I live for the jury segment because every time something happened, Brittini was like, "Oh, Oh,
I you know what? I love
Oh!
Brittany. I love Brittany.
I love Brittany. Oh my God.
Oh!
Oh,
You know, the best part is that's gonna be me if I'm ever on a show like this.
Are you
Is I'm
kidding?
gonna be the one going,
That-
"Are you fucking kidding?
What?
She really is the perfect like first juror to be like
100%. She knows
the
her
one-
role well.
She knows like nothing about the season's like strategic dynamics. So like any information that comes to her, she's like, "What?
I know. What? You hold me back. What? I feel like doing karate now. What did you just
Get
say?
back in the pool because I'm getting too hot right now." Is what
hot.
She's like, I'm too hot. Let's get the pool. My favorite part was Claire going.
Pool.
My favorite was Claire saying, "Last one of the pool is a loser of Big Brother."
Brittany's knocking everyone down. Listen,
I liked her shaking Alyssa, being like, "They're not loyal to you."
At least Alyssa admitted she's stupid. I mean, at least she was like, "I feel so stupid and dumb."
You know what? But speaking of the jurors that we saw enter the house tonight, like props to all three of them for not only like taking what is probably incredibly painful for them and being very graceful and merciful about it and being supportive of the cause and all that kind of stuff. But you know, and I know I'm a little nervous she's going to get a lot of hate for this, but I completely agree with Sarah Beth here. I think there's a lot of things that Kyland has said that was completely unnecessary and didn't need to do in order to string her along. And yet people were constantly putting the blame on her online. And I'm hopeful that having her kind of open up and say there are things that he said and did that I'm really struggling with that wouldn't have been necessary for him to do. I'm hoping people start to go back and think about just how fucking awful the people online were about Sarah Beth when she was in the house. Because like, if anything, she was like the best villain of all time. She's like this sweet, innocent, like anime loving woman who like got villainized because she got power hungry. But a lot of that had to do with like who she was paired up with in that house, who was more power hungry than she was and knew how to manipulate her. So
not
like
only that, but was like the I don't want to use the word victim, but like on the receiving end of that, like the relationship outside of the alliance structure being a little bit more intimate and personal than like Tiffany to Claire or even Hannah to Derek X. You know what I mean? So like she was like really under the spell. And we said here on the show that like she would probably be the most bitter juror out of everybody. And I think that it's justified, honestly.
I do too.
So I totally agree, Beth, that like I'm glad that everybody in the jury is like opening their eyes, and I'm glad that like the cookout is like very much so like a known thing in the jury house now. I'm also very proud of both Claire and Alyssa for wanting to give props to the person that took them out instead of being like upset. And they had every reason for both of those people to be upset. I mean, Alyssa and Hannah had a final 2 deal. Tiffany and Claire, I mean, everybody was like blown away by that. So the fact that like they came in immediately and said, listen, it's for the bigger cause, and I support that. I root for that. I'm not bitter at all. I'm not upset, but I can understand why Sarah Beth is upset.
Yeah, and man, y'all, I really hurt my throat doing my Bertini impression. I'm like scratchy over here. God, that
you did?
Oh my God.
Oh.
You know who I would get along with in the Big Brother house?
Who
I think Derek F and I would sit in the corner and just judge people. Not in a bad way, but just
that would make him a little bit more likable.
Yeah, I just think he and I could just sit like this and just be like, oh my God.
Can I say something about Derek F? I think he has some of the most beautiful eyes I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And like, there's so many times where I watch him and I'm going, what the fuck are you doing? Oh, God damn it, your eyes are beautiful. Like, every time he has like the most beautiful lashes. Yeah. He makes me so frustrated. But then I watch him and I go like, oh, your eyes are gorgeous.
That's how I felt about Azah tonight. I was watching her and I was like, gosh, she is like so freaking gorgeous. Yeah. But I hate her gameplay so much.
I know.
And same for Xavier too. He's very handsome, but just not it. Not doing it for me. Big Brother strategy wise.
Well, listen, I've been saying it for what are we on 10 weeks of this now?
I love eyes.
I do. Yeah.
They're my favorite part of the human body. It's actually why I actually like masks have really been able to make people look people in the eye, and I've noticed people's eyes much more because of it. And
People
there's really
smile with their eyes. This
Yeah,
is me smiling with my eyes.
like there's something to be said about, and I know that there are cultural and religious reasons for it, but to the the Middle East, where women aren't really allowed to show their faces except for their eyes, like there's something to that, with being able to see like a little bit more into their souls a little bit, right? I'm not agreeing or making a commentary on head pieces and hijabs and that kind of thing. I'm just saying that there is something that I've noticed since we're all wearing masks, where I look at people's eyes and I'm like, I feel like I connect with you better. I feel like I really get where you're coming from.
Yeah. And my resting bitch face is less noticeable. Me judging you face is less noticeable, because like, can you tell I'm judging you right now?
I mean, when you go like this,
I always feel you.
Hold on.
Okay,
ready?
well, it's you, so you
This
should.
is my mask. This is what you literally just did with your eyes. Like, I feel like you can tell.
I wish I had a fan to play along.
I'll have to get you a fan. I'll get you a fan.
This is what it looks like when
I should sell fans. I should sell merch.
This is what it looks like when I see someone wearing an outfit that they know damn well they shouldn't be wearing.
Our podcast listeners are like, wow, this is great content.
This is the eyes that I make when Azah puts up Hannah with an intended target of X without understanding the relationships in the house.
Yeah.
And then this is when Kyland wins veto.
Especially when Hannah was like up one, and then that freaking Christian question like knocked her off her scent. But yeah, very frustrating. So we have a question from our newest patron, Adrian Celeste. So he asked, any suggestions on? Oh wait. He asked another one first. Where do you guys rank this Final Four out of all the seasons of Big Brother?
I really can't answer that because I haven't seen a lot of the seasons of Big Brother. But in terms of modern era,
I think it's pretty weak. I think it's
not
pretty.
I think it's middle of the pack. Out of you had two good winner selections out of it, but in terms of excitement, like,
you've got two big people that are, Kyland and Xavier, who I feel you should be in the final two, but there is that negative 0.3% chance that Derek F or Azah might spoil that, but that's not going to happen. It's
how we felt with BB21 with Cliff and Nicole and the showmance of Mickey and Holly.
Yeah,
we're having the same things, which is like the only difference there is that we really were kind of all rooting for one of that person to for Nicole to make it and go to the end and win. But we don't have anybody that we're super rooting for. We just know that there's 2 out of the 4 that are going to stand a chance at winning.
It's almost like the cookout is one gigantic player in this season. And now that it got to the 6, I feel like the victory has been had. And now do I think Xavier has done the most out of the cookout? No. Who am I rooting for at this point? I would have to say Kyland, because I think that he is had the most influence within the cookout. Has he been messy with his power? Yes, every single time. So that's why even with a Kyland win, I feel like the winner and overall Final Four is really not that strong. And to compare it to Big Brother 21, I mean, these people are more likable, of course, but I feel like Big Brother 21 had a much more exciting setup for this Final Four endgame. I feel like we've lost all steam tonight. Honestly,
I agree with Pokemon in the chat that BB17 is the best modern Final Four.
I would agree with that. I would definitely.
Sorry, Allison, I cut you off. What were you going to say?
Who's Sherry? Huh? Oh, no, I'm sorry. Sherry was asking, and Pokemon answered.
I was
she said, who left? And Pokemon answered Sheraton. I'm like, Who's Sherry?
I was like, did you mean Tiffany? And is Tiffany coming back into the house or something? But
I would say in terms of excitement, this is middle of the pack. In terms of who could potentially win, or what in terms of excitement, it's bottom of the pack. In terms of who could potentially win, it's middle of the pack. Like BB19 by far the worst. Like in both regards, like we were so over it at that point, we didn't give a shit who won at that point.
Don't apologize, Pokemon. That was my misunderstanding. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I don't want to feel bad.
BB18 had like the oh my god, what's going to happen aspect of it. You know, BB17 had any one of those four could have won depending on like certain scenarios and who was going to do what. BB20 was even more exciting because you were like, ooh, is it going to be Casey and Tyler? And then it was, and then Tyler didn't win, and that was crazy. Like we were all rooting behind BB21. We were all rooting for Nicole. That obviously didn't work. And then even BB22, we still had that moment of what's going to happen with Nicole Franzel. Like, what is Nicole Franzel going to do? It's like, ugh.
So with that line of thinking, Beth, so I feel like the only steam like left in the season is Kyland or Xavier going to cut each other before they get down to the final two? So say like one of them wins final three and the other person is still there. Do they clip them to take Azah or Derek F to the final two? But I feel like that isn't as like juicy as like the final two of like Paul losing in Big Brother 19 or Tyler losing in Big Brother 20 or
Steve cutting Vanessa or like anything like that.
I feel like it's that betrayal
will have to happen
down. You know what I mean?
If Azah wins the final four veto, I'll reserve judgment because you know that she'll send Kyland home. Like, so Kyland goes home, and then the final three is X, her, and Derek. And then...
What about her big loyalty to him?
To who?
To Kyland.
Oh, she doesn't have... she learned tonight that she's fucking stupid with that. Like, I mean, she just learned that.
I don't know.
She didn't think that she was like...
The keeps on giving, you know what I'm saying?
So like they like during the end credits, they were like stuck on Azah and just like sitting there like this.
Yeah.
Like, do you guys think that she was like regretting that decision?
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah. That's why I honestly think this was her just having all the poor reads and not understanding the true thing here. And I think that you're right too, Tyler, that part of this will always be that she never 100% trusted Hannah. So she didn't want to have to put her faith in her game in Hannah's hands. It was better to put her on the block in her mind because backup plan if she needs to go home. That's probably what Azah's thinking. The writing is on the wall. There is no way she makes it to final three if she doesn't win the final four veto. Yep. The boys are going to take each other. Point blank, period. Now, what will be interesting is if Derek F wins the final four veto, I could see him take out Kyland over Azah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I have a hard time with that.
I really don't think so. I mean, like I've seen a lot this week on the feeds of Derek F and Xavier just like jerking each other off, basically saying like, listen, like we're the two that have like done the most in the cookout. Like if we had to rank who's done the most, it's you and me, and then Kyland, and then Azah.
So here's the best part.
Tiffany and Hannah.
He doesn't get asked to go into the bathroom tonight afterwards.
Yeah, right.
He didn't get asked.
But he
saw that Kyland was willing to.
Azah is not going to like think about that, which is frustrating.
No. I'm talking about Derek F now, right? So Derek F and Azah, in order to stand any kind of chance, need to realize that neither one of them are breaking up that duo unless one of them wins the final four veto, and that's the only way that they get a ticket to the final three and potentially the final two. And they're not going to go together, guaranteed. I'm sorry. But I mean, that's just what's going to happen.
like that's very wishful thinking, but I feel like I had more faith in Mark and Elena to be the resistance against Paul and Big Brother 19 than I do these
honestly
two jokers.
think that Derek F would cut Kyland over Azah for a couple of reasons. Like, first of all, his loyalty is not to X, or not to Kyland, it's to X, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so if X, who is the smarter of the duo, says, I'd rather go to the final three with the two easiest fucking people in the world, Derek, use the veto or vote out Kyland, that's pretty easy for him to do and follow along with that. So there's that. 2, Azah didn't want to put him up tonight, didn't put him up tonight. She had to put him up tonight. That loyalty over what Kyland would have done, if he was up on the block and Kyland used the veto on X, that shows the cards for Derek, that he doesn't stand a chance. Those two have each other's back. And Azah has his back. At the end of the day, I think he would stick to Azah over Kyland. Now, this is all provided that he wins what will likely be, the days comp for Final Four veto?
Yeah, it usually is some
and so I don't
like
trust him to know
like,
the days.
Right, so. Exactly. And I don't know, I feel like Derek F in particular has like really deep rooted like misogyny like issues. I feel like he's always going to yes, like he's been with Azah since day one, but I feel like even that is trumped by like his just like wanting to be like validated by these like two like macho bros. And I feel like it's turned into the season of like sexism a little bit at the end game. And I feel like that's what it is with Derek F, to be honest with you. I feel like he's like insecure about not winning competitions. He's insecure about being like the third one out of like the guys in the cookout. And understandably so, especially because like Xavier and Kyland have a final two, so like that the fear is valid, it's real, but it's he turns that into villainizing the women in any way, shape, or form, to the point where it's like it's very degrading. It's
I completely agree with that.
Gross. And the fact that he would choose that loyalty over Azah, who he's been on the same like Joker's team since the beginning. Those two have been like thick as thieves since the very beginning. It's really disappointing, and that is our only hope for the season is hoping that Derek F picks Azah over Kyland. I just don't think it's gonna happen.
Can I just call out something that I've seen a few times now, both online. Now I'm seeing it in the chat, and this is, I'm going to put it out there. This is kind of a microaggression that people are committing, and I want to call this out. To say that a person of color is only cast because of a diversity initiative, that is a microaggression, and we need to stop that language. I know that that's not the intention of what we're saying here, but to say someone is only cast because of the color of their skin is a microaggression at the end of the day. So I want to call that out. I don't mean to embarrass the person who's saying this in the chat. I want to put it out there that we need to rethink how we're criticizing these different things, because you can be a person of color and also have implicit bias against people's gender and sexuality and all these other things. And we've seen that with Derek F. He has a lot of misogyny. He has a lot of self-hatred about being queer. You can tell that. And there's a lot of issues that he's going to have to face when he comes out. But to then go back and say he's only getting cast because of the color of his skin combined with like who his father is or whatever, like that is an issue that I that's getting into murky waters. That's getting into something where we're using our privilege to say you only got cast because they wanted 50% or more people. And I really want to hearken that we don't go down that route. I'm not doing this to be embarrassing or whatever to the person in the chat. You're not the only person who said that. There have been multiple people throughout tonight's conversation as well as online who have said that. But in order to make our show in our community just a little bit stronger in the diversity, equity, inclusion front, let's just keep that in mind as we continue on.
Yeah, and keep that in mind for Survivor going down the 5.2. So we're getting a lot of questions about Celebrity Big Brother 3, so maybe we can kind of transition into making up like what if we did like a Dreamcast for Celebrity Big Brother 3 and then played out like a Brent Steagall of that.
Oh my god, could we please?
And we could have our patrons pick maybe like the $10 level, like it gets to pick like one person to be in the Celebrity Big Brother house. Maybe that could be something we could do. But
I like.
Honestly, Tiffany Pollard has to be there. That's all I really care about.
Totally fine, Joseph. We get you. We love you.
Yeah, I was reading the comments. New York, Tiffany, New York, Pollard. I would love to see on Celebrity Big Brother. Miranda Crossgrove from Icon. I'm sorry, I was just reading all the people.
Isn't there some rumors, some rumblings that maybe Wes from the Challenge is going to be on Celebrity?
Now, Wes from the Challenge made that post on Twitter's, and it looked to me like he ain't doing anything.
Yeah. He's just trying to get his 15 minutes of
is he just trying to blow us or not blow us, but
Oh.
Whoa. Anyway. Listen, it's my sticking foot in my mouth is
yes.
It's a part-time job.
Which drag queen would we like to see?
Bianca
Del Rio.
Bianca Del effing Rio, please, Lord Jesus.
She was
She would do well.
Highly rumored for Big Brother UK, like their Celebrity Big Brother UK, like 2 years ago, and then it didn't happen. But I don't think she would ever do a show like this. But boy, would I fucking love to see it. I would love to see Bianca just get in there and go, beat it, queen. Like, it would be so good.
Who is Trinity Kardashian Bonet? Would you like to see I would like to see a Kardashian in general.
Oh, could we not?
Yes, we do. We need, who would we need?
Oh! That's a good get, actually.
Y'all, that hurt.
Honestly, I want Black China.
Black China and Rob Kardashian and Bianca Del Rio. And
Bob
Tiffany
the drag queen.
New York
and Bob
Pollard.
the drag queen. Yes, Bob the drag queen. Get Bob the drag queen in there. Holy shit. Oh my God. CBS, if you have never watched our show, now is the time to do it. Take fucking hints and do this shit.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Gosh. Honestly, just cast like the whole cast of Flavor of Love in there. I would be so down for that.
Hey, Brett Michaels.
Yeah,
I would love to see Brett Michaels because we might actually see what he looks like without the bandana hair extension, because the hair is sewn into the bandana. Did you know that?
I didn't, and now my life feels so much richer now that I know that information.
Listen, I know everything there is to know about nothing. Have I not established that fact?
I feel like I felt the same way learning that fact as I did when I watched a video of a botfly come out of a kitten's nose today. So like that's
oh my God, is that not crazy? I've seen
those
videos.
How the fuck does that happen? And it happens way too often.
Have you ever seen them pull it out of their necks and stuff?
I saw one get pulled out of a puppy's belly today, and it was like a crater.
I saw one pulled out of the side of the head and the eye, and it was eye was not popping out, but it was pushing out. I hate fucking flies. Let me tell you something. If there's one thing I hate worse than spiders, it's flies. I can't stand flies. I hate maggots. Every time my cats are acting weird, I think they have a bot fly in them or something. Like, I'm like, okay, let me check your body. What's going on with you? Why are you scratching that one area? Mommy, let mommy check. But yeah, I don't like that. Freaks me out. But
I have two more people. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, go for it.
Go ahead, Allison.
No, go ahead.
You tell yours. Yeah.
No, it's not. It's just, I was just going to say that my husband had a little pimple in his eyelid. Right
was it
under.
A sty?
It was a sty, but my tiny fingers couldn't get to it.
You're not supposed to pop a sty.
I laid him on the bed. I sterilized everything.
No.
I took some tweezers.
No.
And I popped that bastard. It squirted. And then I pulled the rest of it out with the tweezers. It's like a long string. And then we cleaned it up, gone, like it never existed. Girl, I pop styes on my eyelids all the time. I'm like a sty whisperer. Allison will pop your styes.
Don't pop styes. That's so bad.
Sometimes they squirt. Sometimes they come out like little worms or strings. Like
Okay,
confetti.
I love that like anywhere else, but the eyes, no.
I'm like a profesh.
All right, Tyler, who the fuck
Tyler,
else do you want?
Who else do you want to be?
I wanted to ask Allison if she remembers this celebrity that we've talked about on this show. So I have a picture here. I want to see if you remember who this is.
Oh, that's eyebrows. Is that Candace?
Nope.
Cameron? She had the eyebrows on Survivor. Right?
Remember we would give an update every single week about how she had.
Yeah, I only remember her eyebrows. Like, what did her eyebrows?
This is Chelsea from
Chelsea. It was in the C family.
Yeah, so honestly,
Chelsea's eyebrows.
That's a deep cut reference for people that have been watching
Eyebrows.
And then
because her eyebrows were on Beth. Now, as a woman, I'm sorry, Tyler. As a woman, you can appreciate a good brow.
Mm-hmm.
Bitch had some brows. They weren't going anywhere. I don't know what they were made of, but she was in water. She was scrubbing sand on her face, and them some bitches was still there.
Grew. That's crazy.
And then we had another. There's somebody who we've also talked about on the show who is recently out of a job that I think would make a good person on Celebrity Big Brother 3.
I would not enjoy that for one, unless she was in there with RuPaul or somebody who would.
No, RuPaul would enable the fucking shit out of her. No,
you think
no.
so? You don't think RuPaul would tell?
Yes.
Who would tell her to shut up?
No, not RuPaul.
Okay, who do you think would tell her to shut up?
Michelle Visage.
Okay, there you go.
Honestly, Michelle Visage played a celebrity Big Brother out in the UK, and she got like 5th place.
Ooh,
and that's all based
Tanya
off
Harding. Tanya Harding could do it.
Dude, I would watch Tanya Harding and Nancy Kerrigan in the same Big Brother house with such glee. And I would watch Jeff Galooly. Tanya's actually. I would watch him in the house. Or his friend, the guy that was deep cover and espionage, who told everybody. What was his? Gulahi. You know who I'm talking about.
Oh my goodness. We also had somebody suggest somebody from the real world. Allison, who do you think from the real world would be?
They said Tammy Roman. Tammy Roman is not available. She's actually on the show. If truth, is on Apple called Truth Be Told with Octavia Spencer. So she's actually not available. I think Eric Neese. I'd love to see him, but he's a little too calm.
I think Beth from the real world, Los Angeles, would be a good.
If that's the real world. It's better than World War II. Who?
Oh yeah, Nene Leakes.
Nene Leakes,
housewife.
Real Housewives
they always
of
have
Atlanta.
A housewife, so that would be good too.
I'd like to see Johnny Bananas try to run a Big Brother house like he does the challenge.
I would be very okay with Johnny Bananas being on Celebrity Big Brother.
I want Dr. Mike from YouTube.
Dave Chappelle. Oh, Dr. Mike. Are you talking about the one from Survivor?
No, I'm talking about Dr. Mike, who has a YouTube channel.
Oh. Well, you know who I'm talking about, Dr.
Yeah,
Mike.
the penis doctor.
Yeah, the sex doctor.
Can we have him? Have you ever heard him do some shows with Rob Cesternino?
I want Rob Cesternino.
I wish Rob Cesternino would do it.
Could you imagine the RHAP coverage if Rob was in Celebrity Big Brother?
And Taryn having to rank Rob's game like every,
I know. This is your boss, Taryn. You better watch what you
people would like every single one of us would just shit on Rob the entire season. You can't tell me Chappelle, Kirsten, Puya, Taryn, like people would not take the opportunity. It'd be so good.
Definitely.
If I could answer a question that was posed earlier by Pokemon, it was just quickly, and then I'd love to get back to this. Pokemon wanted to know what pansexuality is. So pansexuality is somebody who finds people sexually attractive regardless of however they identify. So that they could identify as a man, as a woman, non-binary, gender fluid, trans, whatever. It doesn't matter. The label doesn't matter. And that's what that is. A lot of people sometimes think that it's under the umbrella of bisexuality. Bisexual does not mean two. It doesn't mean the binary. It means more than one gender. But oftentimes when people are trying to figure out if there's a difference between bisexual and pansexual, the general difference here is that bisexual people say that they're attracted to people of more than one gender, but there might be limits on that. And pansexual people are attracted to people regardless of whatever. And that's kind of the difference there. So I just wanted to address that. It's a good question.
Yeah, good
and
question.
It's different than bisexuality. I think that's an important distinction as well.
Yes.
Let's see. I'm just
so other
I just
people.
Googled, I Googled D-list celebrities.
Yes, let's see who we got.
Okay, can we put people in there that we don't like, but we want to see them so we can shit on them?
I would love to see Caitlyn Jenner in there.
I would love to see like Jeffree Star get in there and just get his ass fucking kicked by people.
Who is that?
He's a racist makeup beauty mogul person who has way too much money and way too much influence.
I think I know who that is.
It'd be interesting. Like, I feel like you need to get somebody who's from YouTube who's in the beauty community. Like.
What if Tyler Oakley was in Celebrity Big Brother? I feel like
I'd be fine with Tyler Oakley. I think that'd be fun.
Yeah.
I think we should put my cat Finley in Celebrity Big Brother.
Always,
I mean, he did
always.
win the Hunger Games, so I feel like that's like
who's on the D list. You just give us some rank because we gotta wrap this up. But give us some names.
Rapper,
all right.
David Hasselhoff, Pokemon.
I'm so there for David Hasselhoff. Knight Rider, Michael Knight. Yes.
Oh, wow.
The original Karen.
The original Karen cut. Let's do it.
Scott Baio.
Yes.
Okay.
John Travolta.
Ooh. D-list? He's not D-list.
How is John Travolta on the D list?
Okay, maybe he's like C-list. So what
He's
about
like he's definitely
he's
A
Saturday.
or B.
No, I haven't. Frank Stallone.
That's what I'm saying. Like James Charles, Jeffree Star, Tom. Who's the one that they kept fighting with? Who also has her own beauty channel? Like, there's so many of them. All they do is fucking fight, and I want like 2 of them in the house just for that.
That's what we need is like fights in the Big Brother house.
That's what I'm saying. Missing. That's why you put someone like Jeffree Star in there.
Yeah. Let's see. Carson Daly.
Well, I thought Carson Kressley would be interesting. Put one of the Queer Eye guys in there, like the new ones.
Oh, please let it be Anthony.
I love Anthony.
Aren't they Legos now? I thought I saw there's a fly in here. Talk about there's a fly. Aren't they Legos now? I heard
they've transformed into an
They have. I saw on the Today Show. They're like a Lego set with a house.
I have a really good one. Jamie Lynn Spears. Perfect time to get her for Celebrity Big Brother.
What a great time.
All the shit that's going on with her.
We'll get the tea on Brittany.
But yeah, like remember how like Omarosa in season 1, like they wanted her to like talk about Trump. I feel like that would be a really good get for CBS to get Jamie Lynn Spears to like talk about the whole like Britney Spears conservatorship.
We need a politician person who's like not active right now.
Yeah.
What about someone who is active? What about Dan Crenshaw?
Dan Crenshaw. Who's
that?
He's the Senate. He's a senator from Texas. He was a Navy SEAL. He has a patch.
Oh, yeah. He could be fun.
That would be a good one. Lou Diamond Phillips.
I feel like this is a whole like off-season show that we could do.
Yeah.
We should cast this for like an off-season show.
We should have our patrons cast it, and we should do a Brant deal.
Yeah, I'd be down
Flavor
for that.
Flav.
I love it.
Leah Michelle.
That would be great.
She's not a D list though, right?
I think she's.
I think she's had a fall from grace.
Yeah. Listen,
I feel like this is
I
the kind of thing that she would want to
Allison,
do.
I don't know if you know
rehabbing.
this about me, but I am a former Gleek of the week. Okay, I can tell you all about.
It's written all over you. It's written all. I see it.
It's written all over your face.
Janice Dickinson, of course.
Oh my God, Janet Dickinson would be good. Oh man. Oh, you should have
Sarah Palin.
Oh,
that's it. That's the political figure we need.
Yeah, I mean, she just did The Masked Singer, so it's not impossible.
Fergie, she's too famous.
No, the other Fergie. Do the royal Fergie. We should get a royal person in.
That would be cool.
Like Princess Beatrice, someone who's like way down the line.
Why don't we just put Meghan Markle in there? Just go ahead and throw Meghan in there. Listen,
fuck that. Put Harry in.
Harry, what is going on with you? Now that we've gotten you away from Meghan, talk to me.
I would love to see Kathy Griffin, but she's fighting cancer right now.
Yeah.
Did you guys see that?
True. Yeah.
What's Carrot Top up to?
Is he still doing collect calls?
Is he still doing Botox and gym squats?
Probably. Let's see.
How about the runway coach person from Top Model, Miss J?
Miss J. I met Miss J in person once. I went to.
I thought Miss J sounded like they would be great.
Andrew Dice Clay.
La Roche. La Roche would be amazing.
Yeah.
La Roche, he would be so good. From he's done Top Model, but he's also he's one of the judges on Legendary now.
Ooh, what about Tila Tequila? That would be good.
I don't even know who that is.
Didn't they like make her lie about being bisexual?
Yeah. She did
Tila
a TV
Tequila?
show called A Shot at Love with Tila Tequila.
What
Shot
if
at Love with Tila Tequila?
we put Debbie Gibson and Tiffany in there together?
I'd be into it. Let's make it happen.
You know, somebody asked me the other day, Allison, what would you do with Big Brother money when you win Big Brother? And I said, after I've taken care of my family and done this might have to come first, depending on the timing. New Kids on the Block cruise.
Ooh.
That'll be the first thing I do. I'm taking me, my sister, my sister-in-law, couple other girls I was friends with when I was younger. We gonna get toe up from the flow up on the NKOTB cruise. That's all I'm gonna say.
Didn't even know that cruise was even a thing.
It's a thing for women my age, Tyler.
Well, Tyler and I went to a concert a couple weeks ago that was for women and gays our age, which was Kesha. And it was the
you have fun at your Kesha cruise.
Can we talk about the moment that Tyler and I looked at each other and looked at each other? We're the only two that went, what?
What happened?
You have to, oh my God, this is like so fucking funny to me. So to set the scene, it's in between Betty, who just got off the stage, and Kesha's going to come on in about 10, 15 minutes. And so they're playing songs that are reaching the audience, which is white millennial women and gay men. That's the audience, right? So it's everybody who went to college when don't stop till the tennis stickers up tonight. Like that song's on, right? So everybody who's there, they put on low, like she had them apple bottom jeans. Boots, and they put
I'm telling you, Allison, the crowd
was looking at her.
No. They played.
Wild.
They all went, wow! It freaked out. And Tyler and I literally looked at each other and went, is that something to cheer?
No.
This song?
Right.
No.
I'm just like, this is a lot of hype for Shorty
had them apple bottom jeans. Boots with the fur.
Were they dropping low and coming back up?
Somewhere. Tyler, actually, I had my back to the crowd and I literally just went. I will also say at this point, let's say I'd had a few drinks.
No.
And I still was like, is this something to celebrate?
That would sober me up so quick seeing, no. I just know that song because when it came out, my niece was really young and she would she was really little, and she would sing apple bottom jean boots with the fur, and she would just dance around on her tiptoes, and it was so cute. That's how I know that song.
My cousin she was like 10 when that song that was like the whistle song, like where it was like put your lips together and blow kind of thing, and she'd be doing like the song for that. And I was like, that's not what that song is about. It's not about whistling. It's about a blowjob, but cool.
My son was playing a video game with my husband when he was like 6 or 7 years old, and it was a racing game. And I'm in the other room, and all I hear is, to the wall, to the sweat wheel off these balls. And it's ski. And I'm like, what is going on in there? My 6-year-old son is balls are dripping off the walls. Somebody better
I used to dance
that.
to that when I was in high school on the swim team. We'd all be up on the blocks doing drills. I go from the window
to the wall.
To the wall. And then we were white.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just reading the comments and also still thinking about people that would be good for Celebrity Big Brother. I was thinking about like who's like famous on TikTok, and then Reba came to mind, and now I want to see Reba in the Celebrity
Reba McEntire.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, I know her as Reba McEntire. I'm not on a first name basis with her like Cher.
I mean, she's Reba. What other
Cher's
Reba
song Chaz Bono would be good.
There's a lot of Rebas.
Who?
Right? I don't know.
All right. I think that's
you millennials are on a first name basis with it. Brittany. Brittany who? Spears?
True. Free Brittany.
Yeah. Is that what your shirt is Brittany?
Chelsea's house. Actually, Matt Henning said it's in honor of Brittany.
It's Brittany.
Oh, I like Brittany.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's everything for tonight.
I think that's enough.
Aaron Carter.
Yes, that would be a good one.
But with the tattoos on his face, is that the one?
Yeah.
What a train wreck.
Yeah.
Pete Wentz. I'd like to see Pete Wentz. All these early 2000 people. Maybe a Hilton sister. Mm-hmm. Nikki, not the,
Yeah, Nikki would be interesting. Although I'm fucking dying over Paris again. She's actually really fucking funny because she's so self-aware.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I want to say, basically, my Celebrity Big Brother contains of all brothers and sisters of really famous people, and they are not famous. Like they've tried, like Frank Stallone. What is it?
I love
Dave Franco. I mean, all.
I love. I love. Oh God.
You know what I'm saying?
So real quick, Allison, so we got asked, Beth, what is our draft team name for Survivor? I think it should be like hashtag like Team 20-year-old or something like that, because we have both the youngins on our team.
Yeah.
Who are my picks?
Yeah, who's your winner picks?
You said Ricard, Heather, and Dave. I think were the ones that you chose.
Ricard, Dave. Heather, and Dave are the three that really kind of stood out to me when I stared at the contestants. I don't read the information about them. I just look at them. That's how I pick my winners.
We should have Gen Easy as our name.
Ooh, okay. I like it.
An easy
Gen
win
Easy.
because Gen Easy.
I like it. Well, just to update our draft here for Big Brother. So this is what we're looking at now. So
I'm stuck with the two winners for sure of BB23.
Fucking Andrew's gonna win this son of a bitch.
Yep, we've been new.
Well, if it makes you feel better, I don't think stands any chance of winning the Survivor draft.
I gotta look at that. What? Andrew? No, because even I looked at no. I think Dominic's got a good one.
So Allison, so for context, Andrew never showed up last night. So it was me and Beth,
got what was left over,
and Adrian. So we got to like pick the remaining people and assign them to teams. So we figured we would really screw over Andrew.
And having screwed over Rory, Adrian screwed over Andrew. And you know what? We're here for it. It's fine.
Yeah.
I think that
all's fair in love and drafts. That's
right.
how I feel about it.
That's right. And then Dominic Hooflin, Stefan, and Valencia, I think we gave a pretty good balance to.
Boy, Andrew's fucked.
Right.
It's what he deserves for getting the winner this time. It's what he deserves. All right. Well, I think with that being said, I think that's it for tonight. Did you guys have anything else to say before we head on out? I definitely want to do a show where we make like a Celebrity Big Brother 3 and play it out. That sounds like a lot of fun to do.
We should.
Oh, yeah. Now, we will not have a Sunday show because there's no Sunday show, but we'll be back Wednesday for the premiere episode of Survivor, and then the following night for Big Brother. So we won't be talking Big Brother again until a week from tonight, but you'll get us 2 nights in a row. So kind of excited about that. Everybody's excited about Survivor. So we're
getting back into Beth's element.
Yes, definitely. You two are more Survivor experts. I'm more of just sitting back bitching about I could never live through this shit during the episode. You know.
Could you do the 28 days or whatever it is now?
Because
it's like 26 days. Could you do that, Allison?
Yes, but I've heard some things that I don't think I could have made it through this season. I heard some spoiler stuff. I don't want to spoil.
I don't want to hear.
I haven't heard this either. So, all right. Well, all right. Everybody have a great rest of your night. We'll see you on Wednesday for Survivor, and have a good weekend. Take care. Bye.
Oh.